Good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to Paisanos Music and Vinyl Talk. Joined by my co-host, Genevieve. Say hello, Genevieve.
I'm Genevieve, and I am Paisano's sidekick.
That's right. We are a team, and a team to be reckoned with, I might add. Tonight, more Motorhead.
Woo!
All right, this is my last Motorhead vinyl. So if you love Motorhead, I think you're going to have to wait for the cassettes, which is going to come after the CDs. I think I have
we're going to be changing the entire channel to Paisano's Music and Cassette Talk.
Eventually it's going to be music from Paisano's Music and CD Talk first, after the vinyl's done, which is many, many weeks in the future. So don't you fret, there's much more Paisano and Genevieve to go. This is a live album, and they tell me it's their third live album. It's called No Sleep at All. And that, of course, is a play on No Sleep Till Hammersmith, which was their first live album, and considered a heavy metal classic. No Sleep Till Hammersmith put Motorhead on the map. I saw them tour in support of this on November 5th, 1988, I believe, with Slayer. Now, I always believed until tonight that I saw that show on November 5th, 1989. It's very hard to read the stub because the Orpheum Theater in Boston, Massachusetts was so hot that night that the ticket stub that was in my pocket smeared to such a degree that I can barely read it. But that was the only time I saw Motorhead, and it was on support of this album. And this live album was recorded at a festival in Finland at the Hämeenlinna, or Hämeenlinna, I don't know exactly how you say it, Giants of Rock Festival. I guess it was a festival that happened from 1987 to 1991, I believe, or 1992 on a regular basis, and then they think they brought it back for 1 year in 1994. Wasn't really that much of a festival. I think there were only 3 acts, 2 other acts with Motorhead this time out, and in 1987 was the first one. It was Ronnie James Dio with somebody else. I don't know who else. But not exactly a huge festival. But nonetheless, Motorhead made an appearance and decided to record it. Now, there was some controversy with their new record label, GWR, which is definitely an independent label. Was then, I'm not even sure if they still exist. But Motorhead had moved from Bronze to GWR very briefly, and they released this. And they got into a fight immediately. Motorhead wanted to release the song Traitor, which I believe we're hearing now, as a single, and the record company wanted to release the classic Ace of Spades. And they got into a huge fight, and this was the last album Motorhead did with GWR. They switched record companies. So, let's go over the track listing. Opens with Dr. Rock, who they opened with when I saw them. Followed by Traitor, Dogs, Ace of Spades, Eat the Rich, and Built for Speed. Side 2, Deaf Forever, Just Because You Got the Power, Killed by Death, catchy title, and Overkill. Now, this was with the so-called new lineup, Phil the Animal Taylor and Eddie Clark were not necessarily gone completely at this point. Fast Eddie Clark was, but he was replaced by 2 guitarists, Wurzel and Phil Campbell. And Phil the Animal Taylor came back for drum duties on this. And when I saw them, Phil was behind the drum kit. Always nice to see Phil. He's a classic Motorhead drummer. You know, not their founding drummer or their first drummer, but by far their most well-known. Let's take a look at the inside. The Motorhead at this point had a little more money for packaging, as you will see. Let's look at the back. Looks like a tour touring trunk for equipment with all the various stickers from all over the world. Motorhead was famous for not touring the United States that much and concentrating mainly on Europe. I consider myself very lucky to see them in the United States.
Hold on, I have a question.
Sure.
How was it like scorching hot on November 5th?
Inside. It was
inside,
it was inside the Orpheum with about 3,000 of my closest friends. Very, very hot.
3,000?
Yeah. The Orpheum holds about 3,000.
Of your closest
Yeah,
friends.
right. There's a picture of the band in a state of inebriation, which means
Slay.
drunk. Yeah, after a few, what's the drink of choice there? Looks like some wild turkey that Wurzel is holding, and a bunch of Becks. Everybody's got a Beck's in their hand. Delicious German lager. Drank a few Becks in my day. It's the lyric sheet and various pictures of, I'm assuming from the tour in 1988. And the vinyl, like I said, came out on GWR/Enigma, a co-production of sorts. It's the label in all its glory. Motorhead, No Sleep at All. Very, very good sounding album. It was produced by Motorhead with some assistance from, who the hell helped him on this one? Motorhead and Guy Bidmead, assisted by Richard Dowling and Steve Orchard. Mixed at PRT Studios in London. All right, that's the Motorhead 1988 story. What a show they put on. What a unique group. There was no way they were gonna continue after Lemmy died. Very sad, very sad. And Phil the Animal Taylor is gone too, as well as Fast Eddie Clark. And Wurzel. Phil Campbell still tours with his own band, I believe. But Motorhead is pretty much gone. Sad to say. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Should have did this at the beginning. Nobody watches my videos all the way through. Welcome. We talk about what here?
Rock and roll.
We talk about rock and roll. Absolutely. And if you've been watching for some time and not yet subscribed, shame on you. Leeching off of my extensive musical knowledge. How dare you? Smarten up. Subscribe. Until next time. Thank you and good night, YouTube. Say good night, John.
Slay, guys. Bye.
Bye.